All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we are talking about radical review, and this is our first day doing this. We are preparing for a test that you're going to be taking on Thursday. So we want to try to get all of those skills in line so that we know what we are talking about. The name of the game today, the goal for me is to give you guys as much work time as possible. Because of the fact that's really what's going to benefit you the most when you get to that test. So here we go. Let's look at a problem. Remember, we've been simplifying stuff for a long time. So I'm going to jump in. I think I'm going to do 3 and 4 right now because I think you're going to realize that 3 is a lot like 1 and a lot like 2, and that 4 is a lot like 5 and a lot like 6. So let's just do 2 basic problems here and see what we remember. So remember, when we try to break something down like this, our goal is to break the number down into its prime factorization. Once we do that, we can rewrite it as 3 times 3 times 3. Now, we did have 3 K's in here, so I got a K, I got a K, I got a K. Now, remember, when we go through and do this process, here's how she's going to work. 2 for 1 it. You got 2 3's, you pull 1 out. You got 2 K's, you pull 1 out. Whenever you pull something out, you cancel it. So I'm going to end up with 3K square roots of 3K. And the reason I have 3K on the inside is because I was left with a 3 and I was left with a K. On the outside, 3 times K gives us 3K, which is why that is our answer there. So this becomes our final answer. Nice job. Let's do another one. Here's another one. So coming over here to problem number 4. When you get to problem number 4, the thing that's different about this problem than the last problem is that this one has a 3 on the outside. So 147, that's going to be what? 3 and 49, I believe. 49 is 7 and 7. So when we rewrite this, here's what we're going to do. To deal with this 3, we're just going to put a 3 on the outside of our big radical here. Now, inside, we put those prime factors, so we get 377. Remember, that's our code. And then, since we had 3 n's, we're going to do n, n, n. Now, coming on over, do that 2 for 1. Pull a 7 on out. 3 times 7 gives us 21 on the outside. Now, notice you can also pull out an n. So, I'm going to have 21n. And then, square roots of 3n is still inside because they didn't get paired up, so they didn't get to come out. Just like that, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're going to be able to tackle, after seeing those 2 problems, I know you should feel comfortable doing problems 1, 2, 5, and 6. So definitely pause the video right now, work through those problems, see what you can figure out. Now, let's look at the next thing that we are talking about. Let's do some easy multiplication here for a minute. So remember, when you come over here, kids, if you have 2 things that are being multiplied together, you only need to multiply the like parts. So square root of 10, square root of 10, those are both inside numbers. So when you come over here, 10 times 10 is 100. Now, you're not done yet, and the reason you're not done is you got to simplify. So when you come over here, you got to break down 100. Well, 100 is just 2 and 50. 50 is just 2 and 25. 25 is, well, wait, 5 and 5. So once you break down your prime factorization, just like you would, you come over here, you have your 2, your 5, your 5, just like that. And now let's pull out them pairs. So we got a 2 we're pulling out. We got a 5 we are pulling out. And oh my gosh, there is nothing left inside that square root. If there's nothing left inside that square root, 5 times 2 is in fact 10. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no square root left because everything was gone from inside of it. Now, I want you to look here. 7 is exactly like number 8, exactly like number 9, and exactly like number 10. I want you to pause the video, do those 3 problems, and then come back to me, okay? So pause the video. All right, welcome back. Let's keep going. Let's look at problem number 11. These are some harder multiplication problems. I'm going to tackle probably the hardest one I see. I think it's number 11 right now. When you get here, kids, if you don't see a number in front of one of them, you can put a 1 in front, right? So we got a -1 square root of 20 times a -5 square roots of 6. Here is the new part. Here's the stuff you got to remember. If you take your two outside numbers, you multiply them together, they give you your new outside number. -1 times -5 is a +5. Now, 20 times 6 is going to give us 120, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, that came from this number, the inside number, times the inside number, and oh my gosh, it went on the inside when we did it. Now, don't stop there. You are not done. You still need to do a little bit more work. So here's how that's going to work. 120, we want to break that down, is going to be 2 and 60. 60 is going to be 2 and 30. 30 is going to be 2 and 15. 15 is going to be 3 and 5. I know you know how to break that down, which is why I go over it a little bit quick, trying to keep the video a little bit shorter. You got your 5 on the outside, right? Then we got our big old square root. We're going to have 2, 2, 2, 3, 5. 2, 2, 2, 3, 5. Pull out them pairs. So if I have two 2's, we pull a 2 to the outside. 5 times 2 gives us 10. Remember, once I pair it up, those 2 disappear. So what was left inside? Well, I had a 2, a 3, and a 5. Now, you can write 2, 3, 5 right now, but you're going to get the wrong answer because those need to be multiplied together. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. That's the number that stays inside the square root. And just like that, you are done. So let's talk about the main pieces. When you come over here, multiply the outside numbers together, multiply the inside numbers together. Once you get your result, just simplify, and you know how to simplify. I know you do. So looking up here at problem number 12, right, put the 1 in first. It will make your life easier. Number 14, put the 1 in first. It will make your life easier. Number 13, put the 1 in, put the 1 in. And like I said, kids, follow that process. You can definitely do these. So take a second, pause the video, do those 3 problems, 12, 13, 14, and then come on back to me and we will walk through our last part of this, which is adding. Pause the video. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you are here today. So let's talk about number 15. Now we have transitioned into how do we add or subtract radicals. And here's going to be our process. Remember, in order to add or subtract radicals, you need to have something that we call like radicals. That means having the same number underneath the square root. So if you have the same number underneath the square root, then you want to put those together. So coming on over, you're going to have 2 square roots of 2. Let's put these together first. So if I have -3 square roots of 5 and I add 3 square roots of 5, we know we're going to keep the square root of 5, and I'm going to have a 0 sitting out in front. Okay, well, 2 square roots of 2 has got to drop down. Now, you can't put these together because of the fact they don't have like radicals, so that's as good as we can do. Remember, you can only add stuff if it has like radicals, so you will be able to tackle this one, and this one following that same process. Let's look at the last one here. Now, number 19 gets a little bit tougher because we lose the numbers that are out in front, but remember, you can always just put in a 1. So if I have 1 square root of 2 plus 1 square root of 2, these are like radicals, so that's going to give me 2 square roots of 2, ladies and gentlemen. That is the name of the game. That's what you need to be able to do on the test. Take a second, finish up this worksheet, submit those answers, and make sure you study. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.